Hello, my wonderful virtual physics students. We're entering week 3, so let's talk about what needs to be accomplished this week. And let's end with a conversation about how to go about retaking an exam if you struggled with Unit 1 exam. You do have an opportunity to do a retake. Okay, so this week, we have a couple items that need to be done. First, we're on to Unit 2. This means a new set of guided notes. So make sure you access your notes, get them, there's the PDF to it, get it printed, and that way you can be filling them out as you watch the videos and as you do, as you go onto Nearpod and do those slides, okay? The guide notes are very important for this class. It should be kind of your foundation there. To learning for this course. So after you have your guided notes, day 1, we have slides that you need to access and then videos. Now I've gotten a few questions about how to get to Nearpod to do the guided notes. This is how you do it. You click on the day and then right here's the link. Unit 2 guided notes pages 17 through 21. You get 5 points for completing these notes and for doing it on time. Remember, late works 50%, so make sure you get this on time. You click on Load Unit 2 Guided Note. It'll pull up Nearpod. It should have your name already in there, right there. You're going to hit Join Lesson. And then you're going to be filling out those guided notes as you go through here. Every once in a while, we have an interactive slide that you need to participate in. Okay, so this one was draw a particle model for a car as it continues to speed up down the road, and so you will draw that particle model. Okay, whatever you think it would look like, etc. Okay, then there's a submit button for the image, and you keep going. Now this is what I want to show you. We have an open-ended question, which is you're just going through and you're typing your answers. So make sure that you include an example of each in your description. So write a sentence that describes the difference between a vector and a scalar and make sure you include an example. And finally, at the end, what I want you to see is there's no submit button. Okay? As you go through this, you're going to go through, there's matching on this one, okay? As you go through, at the very end, there's no like, yes, I'm turning this in. How it works is that you get here, and then when you hit exit, once you exit Nearpod sends me a report. And that report shows me, did you go through the slides? Did you do the interactive slides and what time you got that done? So you'll hit exit and then it automatically sends me a report. Okay? So that's how you always get back to those guided notes. Alright, next, let's go back to our Canvas. After this you're going to do the concept check. Oh no, you'll watch the videos, then you'll do the concept check. Okay. So back to day 1, you went through the slides. Now this is essentially lecture here, is the parts, the practice problems that were not in the slides that I want to talk through with you. I've videoed that, and so you need to watch these 2 videos and finish filling in your guided notes. Okay. Once that's done, now you're ready to take the concept check. Okay? So with the concept check, you can take it as many times as you need to until you get that 100%. Okay, so you go through, you can click on the concept check. Once you get 5 out of 5, then the assignment opens up. Okay, here's the assignment for this week. Let's see. Okay, so you're going to either print this off or answer on a separate sheet of paper. Like if you want to do on a piece of notebook paper, you write number 1 and then you answer it on there. But make sure you're not just giving me your answer, you're showing me your work. You can turn that in. So you take a picture of this and you get it turned in. And then I'll respond back then I'll respond back and let you know what was missing or if you're struggling in an area. And then day 2. Day 2 is interesting. Day 2 is a lab. Okay, so it's set up a little bit different. So first thing I want you to notice is because we have a lab, there's not a new set of notes. You're using old material. So to prepare for the lab, you should read through the notes that you've taken. And remember, this is a cumulative, so I would read through your Unit 1 notes and then through page 21 into Unit 2. Once you've done that, then you're going to complete the concept check, which will open up the assignment. Now this assignment, pay close attention. We have a vector simulation link, and then we have the PDF. So you need to either print this off or follow along with these instructions and then writing it on a separate sheet of paper and sending that in. So you're going to go through, read the instructions. It tells you what to do for problem 1 and problem 2, etc. And you're going to make all those manipulations on this virtual lab setting. So here's the same instructions as before. Here's your simulator. Okay, you're going to click on the 2D exploration. Okay. And then you're going to take your vectors and you're going to add them in, and then you can move and change the vectors. Okay. You can put them, you can look at the sum of the two vectors, you can look at the angles that are made, etc. Okay, so use all that information to complete this virtual lab. So we have one day of essentially lecture and notes and an assignment, and then the second day of the week we're doing the virtual lab. That's what needs to be accomplished. All right, let's go back and now let's talk about how to do test corrections or a retake. All right, so here's how it works. If you would like to do just test corrections, then you get 1/3 of your missing points back. So you'll go back, you've completed the Unit 1 exam, you'll click on it and it'll tell you the questions that you got incorrect. On a separate sheet of paper or in an email, you're going to say, number 1, here's the correct answer and why it's correct. If you just say it's 2.5, then I'm not giving you credit for that. You have to explain how you came to that correct answer. Do that for each of the questions that you missed, and you get 1/3 of your missing points back. You can use your notes, you can use the internet, you can work with someone else in class, okay? You can visit with me on our Google Hangout meetings, and email that to me, and I will add 1/3 of your missing points back. So that's your first option. Your second option is a retake. And the way you go about the retake is that you have to first complete the review. A good chunk of us are still missing the review and we haven't gotten that turned in. So before you can do a retake, you have to complete the review, and then your parents either need to write a note on the bottom of the review saying that they recognize that you're doing this retake and sign it, or your parent needs to send me an email, okay, stating that. And then once I get those items from you, then I will message you or I'll email you with a code to the retake. The retake will just be right below Unit 1, so it'll say Unit 1 exam retake, and when you click on it, it'll ask for a code, and I will give that to you. I'll email it to you once you've completed the review, and you have your parent either write a note on the bottom of the review and sign it or send me an email. Okay. Now, as far as the review goes, you can potentially get 100% on this. If you did really poorly on the Unit 1 exam, let's say you get 60% on it, and remember exams are 80% of your grade, so like that really hits your grade. Then you do the retake and you get 95. It's no average or combination of the two. Your grade will be 95 on that exam, and you can retake every single exam in here. Now there's not a second retake. So once you've done the first exam and then you retake it, that's your final attempt on it. Okay. You can do corrections on that retake though. That's fine. All right. Please let me know if you have any questions. If you want to talk through any of the material, meet with me. Let me pull up my calendar so I can tell you exactly the right times. Okay, so if you look on Canvas up at the top here, we have study session Google Meetings. Okay, so I am available for these study session Google Meetings on Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay, so like tomorrow after school from 3 until 3:30, I will be on that Google Meeting link to answer any questions that you have. Or Wednesday morning from 7:30 to 8, I'll be on that link for a Google Meeting. Please, if you want to work through any of the problems on the review or anything like that, join me and we will talk through it. All right. Keep up the hard work. This is the equivalent of an in-person class, so be prepared to devote that same amount of time. You're expected to contribute 3 to 4 hours a week on this class, and that's what it's going to take to do well. You totally got this. As long as you're willing to work hard, you're going to do great in this class. Okay, I will see you all soon.